I'm going to weigh in on this because Democrats are not smart people. They give us the illusion they are because they went to college. They're very domineering. They make gobs of money, mostly unethically. They try to promote socialism, even though they're filthy, filthy rich. And as we celebrate another 4th of July, we're watching our country be ripped apart by stupid people. People telling us that whites are racist, whites are white supremacists, and whites are, the privileged race. I live in a town of 57% blacks, and I'm here to tell you I'm not privileged here at all. This community of people within the United States, specifically Black Americans, is more rude to me than any other ethnic group in the continental United States. Okay? So we're going to stop right there. There's some nice black people. I'm not going to get in and say I'm not a racist. Screw that. The 13% of the U.S. population is sitting here bitching about my race, but none of them are leaving to go back to Africa. And people like Oprah Winfrey bought a $90 million house and owned 8 mansions. Yeah, she's got a hard life, right? Now that's privilege. I don't even have a mansion. I'm not even done remodeling my ghetto fixer-upper house. So I don't know where these people get off with this, but the next item of foolishness that's dominating the left today. I went to Home Depot and they got a $2,100 push-behind lawnmower. $2,100. Because they claim it can do up to an acre. Now, I don't know how many people are going to do a walk-behind mower. It's a little wider than mine for the yard here. Electric. Rechargeable. So the money you save by not buying gas has just been gobbled up gargantuanly by the outlay price of this foolish machinery. Lithium batteries are a joke. Lithium is extremely not good. Batteries, you cannot just throw them in the trash can. And if you have an accident real bad with these cars, these damn things could burn up and the fire department cannot put them out. But let's go back historically. Let's go back historically to the people who destroyed the fucking environment. And you'll find that they were the Democrats. GM, which is dominated by union, bought out the American streetcar system in the 50s and shut it down. You can look at pictures where they're thrown into junkyards and they scrapped them all so they could sell diesel buses and sell automobiles. And until Americans, Democrat or Republican, get off of their need for complete selfishness and got to have their personal SUV and big giant pickup no longer used for pickup truck duties. Now we're going to go to electric. So we can still be in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Now we can have cutesy little charging stations. Hopefully they work when you have a rolling blackout or power outage. This is fucking dumb. How come people don't think about this? The electric streetcar system and tram system was all over the U.S. It was a great thing. No, that doesn't work when you're out in the country. But why do people live in a major downtown area and buy an SUV like in Denver, Colorado? Let's buy $1 million lot, but we got to have an SUV. And these are people voting Democrat, by the way. They're not buying a bicycle. They're not moving to the Great Plains and doing the teepee lifestyle. I'm going to say I don't care what so-called educated Democrat, that they are hypocrites. They talk about damaging the environment. GM, which is dominated by unions, which is dominated by Democrats, shut down an electrical system that worked. Now San Francisco's got a cutesy little tram that goes up and down the street, but they essentially gutted them all. And it's these big corporations that are all funding the Democrat left that ran commercials saying, you don't want to be seen in that car. And they show a AMC Gremlin and a guy with an afro and a boombox. Corporations are causing you to be discontent with what you have and get credit and spend and get in debt for this crap. When are people going to learn that the consumer engine in America causes a huge amount of pollution? Go to these big furniture warehouse places. Go to these big furniture stores and look at these flyers. I had one the other day for a bedroom set. $1,800 for a complete bed. That is a lie. You don't get the mattress. You don't get the box spring. That's not a complete bed. Then you read the fine print. Headboard, footboard, and the side rails and the little slats that go across. $1,800 for that. It's not even real mahogany. It's not even real wood. It's garbage. Furniture today is not made the way it was back at the turn of the century. Dovetail corners on the drawers, keyholes. People are still buying that stuff. Old stuff. And you know what? They're paying for that way more than they paid for it new out of the shops back at the turn of the century. It's timeless. That crap you buy at your local yokel furniture store, 10 years it'll be in the dumpster. Corporate America has generated more waste and throwaway disposable products. Remember when they used to make Maytag, GE, Whirlpool, and all those beautiful washer and dryer sets? You could get 40 years out of a dang washing machine. Good luck doing that today. Planned obsolescence is part of pollution. But the Democrats won't talk about that. They want to ban your lawnmower, ban your leaf blower, ban your gas-powered car. And now everybody's trying to be innovative and coming up with electric trucks. This is so gay, so ridiculous, so needless. If you live in the UK, you have people deliver stuff for you. You live in Europe, people aren't buying these stupid duty Dodge diesel dually doofus trucks that aren't even being used. Even where I live, you see these clowns. The gas is $3.30 a gallon, diesel's $4 something, and they're rolling coal and making noise, and they don't even put a stick of firewood in the bed of the truck. When's Dodge going to come out with a diesel electric like the locomotives do? I am cynical. This is stupid. I'm in a weird spot because I'm not an environmentalist. They're wacko. But I grew up in beautiful places. I lived in the Sierra Nevadas. I used to go hiking in Sedona up the side canyons. I've been to a part of the bottom or arm off of the Grand Canyon. I appreciate nature and the outdoors. I'm a commercial driver. I'm not driving commercially now, but I'm a commercial driver, was for years. And you know what? I'm sick of traffic. I'm sick of all these fools, one person per giant car clogging up the roads. And SUVs, the stupidest damn piece of shit I've ever seen created. Driven by assholes. There's even a video out now where they said that people who drive SUVs are rude. They speed, they cut people off, you honk at them, and they feel confident in their Toyota Sequoia. Naming a car or a vehicle a tree. That's rich. That's really rich. A tree doesn't move. It doesn't go anywhere. I've always laughed, and I've always been a classic truck guy. And then Ford's got F-by-4. What, am I a toddler? Do I need labeling down the side of the truck? 4x4. Ooh, I didn't know that. I criticize that. A high quality automobile doesn't have stickers down the side. Toyota has totally retarded drivers. It even says it on the side of the truck, TRD. Totally retarded drivers. That actually stands for Toyota Racing Development. I laugh. You get this boxy, ugly Toyota pickup, Toyota Racing Development. Yeah, I think of racing when I see this boxy truck. Okay. Why all these decals and stickers and sport and splash down the side of a truck? Why do Americans insist on getting a bank mortgage, a mortgage for their pickup and car now? Why do people insist on the need for SUVs in, say, Atlanta or Biloxi, where it never snows and they never get ice except fluke? The commercial industry, the corporate world did that. The one that's paying big money to keep these lousy Democrats in power. Did you hear they found crack cocaine in the White House library? Hunter must have been in there and dropped some. You think they'll make an arrest? Of course not. I don't know when Americans are going to stand up to this bullshit and tell people that they're sick and tired of this. You want to go electric, go back to the street cars. Get all these fucking cars off the road. The older I get, I'm sick and tired of the noise that traffic makes. And where I live with the ghetto thug hood rats that drive these shit boxes and please get them off the road. It's urban terrorism. People don't drive safe. And the Democrats are so concerned about shootings. They want to take away your guns. Why are they not taking away these cars from bad drivers? Why are they not focused on that? Way more people are killed, injured, and maimed by drivers in the U.S. that don't follow the rules, that are by idiots with guns. And when I say idiots with guns, I'm talking about the ones who go and shoot up malls and schools and stuff like that. Because the lion's share of people that own guns are responsible gun owners, and they're not a threat to anybody. You want to break into their house and try to steal something? Yeah, you're going to be in danger, and you should be. But if you want to point a finger at people wrecking the environment, and you got all these toddlers called Democrats yelling at the Republicans, the unions, GM, shut down the streetcar system. Do your damn research. They shut it down. They bottom out and shut it down so they could sell pollutant, gas-hogging vehicles. That's a fact. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to make Republicans happy, but big oil is dirty. But we can't get off the oil just like that. Penalizing people at the pumps is not the answer, which is what Biden and his bonehead administration has been doing. Raised up our food prices, raised up everything, trying to punish the blue-collar class people in America, which I don't understand why they think that would be good. We're the ones paying the tax. The illegals aren't. The low-income Democrats that are on assistance, EBT cards, and all that aren't. So they shut down the electric grid of streetcars. Do you know how much cars that kept off the road? When I was in Hong Kong, the Australians move over there to do banking and finance. They can pay up to $10,000 US a year to park their car. And Australians insist on bringing their cars from Australia over there. This is how dumb first world countries are. We're so selfish, got to have it our way, got to have all that giant space. And when I lived in Hong Kong, I found it very, very cool when I'd sit in a restaurant. And America, you go into these big restaurants, you go get in a booth and there's hardly anybody in that restaurant. You go into Hong Kong and you got a small restaurant, a big restaurant, it's packed. And guess what? If you're sitting in a booth, you're going to have people crowd around you. The waiter's going to bring people and set them right next to you. And I met women and men that were awesome Chinese people, and I had good conversations. And this society has alienated the hell out of us. Get in your big truck, get in your big car, all our personal space. Why? We're as cold as a country could get. iceberg temperature. Why do you think Americans are tearing stuff up? We got homelessness all across the U.S., drug use, alcoholism. The cost of everything is going up and up. And let's keep pushing those damn cars. Why don't we find a way, Democrats, to get off dependency of automobiles? Why don't we get back to the track system? Why don't we get back to the electric trolleys? Why don't we get back to having delivery people deliver furniture and stuff to the house instead of pickup trucks that aren't even used as pickup trucks cluttering up the roads? How about if we start testing rednecks and minivan moms that don't know how to drive and can't stop for a stop school bus with a stop sign out? Those people are more dangerous than some idiot with a pistol. Every time I get in my truck in any city, any town in America, I'm always in danger at least once, twice, or more times a day. I have yet to be endangered by somebody with a gun. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Democrats. Keep pushing electric. And the Democrats won't say a word about lithium and how it's mined in Africa. They don't care. You remember Nancy Pelosi and all the fools dancing up, dressing up in African garb? Black Lives Matters. No, they don't. Not if they're mining lithium in Africa, slave labor, children crawling around in holes that could collapse on them. The Democrats don't give a shit about people. If you don't believe me, look at the fact that they've killed, ethnically cleansed 61 million, or should I say genocide, 61 million kids in the name of abortion. That's more than Stalin, Hitler, Lenin, Mussolini combined. So this party is stupid. And anybody who votes for the Democrats has their head up their ass. And I don't care if they're offended that I say that. They're offensive. They're destroying our economy. They're destroying our country. And they're the biggest polluters on the planet. Look at the state of Michigan. That's all Democrat. That is all union. They fucked up the water at Flint. They fucked up the water quality of Lake Erie. It was orange at one time, burping everything into it. All the unions, all the big boys, please. You want to talk about preserving the environment? I have recycled 2x4s like this wall and other walls that I took out where there was damage in the house, and I reframed it. I salvaged 2x4s that were good and pulled nails and repurposed them. And I use old stuff, bought old doors and put them in and stripped them and varnished them. And I conserve more than most Democrats I know here where I'm at. Hell, the Democrats down here, specifically the black community, I see them throw trash out the windows of their cars. Go down the road here. We got beautiful forest and swamp, and they throw tires. There's a sofa sitting in the swamp. It's all black. I wanted to put a night table out there and a fake TV and then have some dummies sitting on the couch in 3 feet of water. That would have been funny. Swamp people. No, I don't throw litter out the windows. And with the economy the way it's going, I wasn't going to pay $8 for a stud when it went up that high. That's stupid. But hey, let's keep pushing electric cars. They're not affordable. Teslas are $80,000 and they still catch on fire. And when they crash, that's an expensive wreck. I support innovation, but electric cars is not innovative. Lithium batteries is not innovative. How about if Americans back the fuck up and stop thinking that they have to have all this? How about if Americans start simplifying and they'll clean up their water and clean up stuff? How about if we get off our dependence of oil altogether? Natural gas is a good thing, but then you got Hochul up there in New York banning gas stoves. If you want to save the environment, get the Democrats out of office, get them out of the unions, and hold them accountable for all of the pollution they've done to the groundwater in Michigan and Lake Erie and all the damage they've done by shutting down the electric trolley systems. Go after them because the Democrats have deep, deep, deep pockets. And the thing that bothers me, this foolishness just gets worse by the day. But welcome to a country of people who say they don't need God, that say evolution is the truth, even though it's a theory, but tell them it's bullcrap and they'll defend it as if though it's scientific fact. Now a theory has become a fact. You see, the Bible makes sense. People don't. But the whole electric thing is a joke. And Democrats, I already saw the trailer. I saw the end of the movie in the trailer. It's called Revelation, and it ain't going to go by global warming. It's not. It's not. Now watch what Google does. I said that word, GW, spherical heating. They'll have a sticker under my video. You watch. Or they might ban the video and say, you're giving out information that's dangerous. Yep, it's dangerous to think for yourself. Democrats have contributed more to spherical heating than anybody else. And they talk about the temperatures. Look it up. From 1880 to now, 1.5 degrees. 1.5. Do you know how many vehicles we got in the world? Do you know how hot those engines get when they're running? Could that account for 1.5? I'm surprised it doesn't account for higher. We got air conditioners with compressors that throw out heat. An electric fan throws out heat. You're running in your fan in your house to keep you cool, and that electric motor is throwing out heat. You're running your refrigerator. That compressor's kicking heat out while my air conditioner's trying to keep the house cool. Maybe the engineers ought to work on that. How about if you make a motor that doesn't kick out all this heat? But Americans have to have their way. To hell with everybody else. Gotta have my big truck, my big SUV. And you know what? We're not saving anything. What we're doing isn't even saving sanity. It's foolishness. And the older I get and the more I drive, I don't like driving anymore. I loved driving, but you got nothing but fools on the road. They don't regulate it out there anymore. Somebody might get pulled over once in a while by the cops, but it's a free-for-all. And I've come to the conclusion, if you want to know a barometer of how America's doing, just take a drive anywhere and watch how they drive. 99% of these people drive like crap-ola. And they're going to tell you they went to college, that they're sophisticated. They can't use a turn signal. They can't follow the speed limit. They can't come to a complete stop at a stop sign at the limit line. Yeah, okay, college-educated scholar, summa cum laude, phi beta crappa. So go electric. We had it once, but the Democrats destroyed it. Yeah, that one right there.